everybody, this is Anna with Adventures with Anna, and as you can see, I'm back in the smelly shack today. Actually, my son's over here talking with my husband, so I didn't want to bother them with making a video or, have their conversation come over on my video, so I thought I'd come in here for a change. I do have the coffee pot making some more hot water for another cup of hot cocoa. It's a little chilly today. Temperature's not bad, but that wind is cold. Probably why my nose is a little red. I've been out running errands this afternoon, and oh my goodness, yes, that wind will cut right through you. But anyway, what I wanted to tell you about today is I have been doing a lot of watching videos on YouTube, and something that I've wanted to do for quite a while is recycle sweaters for the yarn, and I finally was able to successfully do that. Let me show you what I did. And I took pictures because I did this last night, and it took me approximately, I want to say about 2.5 hours or so from start to finish. So let me get the first picture and I will explain with pictures on what I did, and then I will show you the yarn afterwards. I picked up this sweater last night. Our church does a monthly clothing exchange where they give free clothes away to the community, and I was helping them set the clothing out to get ready for this weekend, and I seen this red sweater sitting on top of one of the totes. So I grabbed it and brought it home. One thing that you have to make sure of when you do this is to make sure that the seams are not serged with like a commercial sewing machine, but they need to be sewn together with like a thread or with yarn. That does make the big difference. I think that was my problem in the past, is the sweaters that I were getting were not the ones sewn together with the yarn. They were serged with a sewing machine. This is the first ball that I did. I ended up, the sleeves came first, and then I did the front and the back panels, and then the collar was the last thing that I was able to get apart. This was the first sleeve that I did. Pardon me. And those little strings that you see sticking out, that's where I had to tie my yarn together, because when I was cutting, I was not cutting where I should have been, and I was actually cutting part of the yarn that it was knitted with. So I had to do a little snipping and trimming on my strands as I rolled the balls together. This first ball, I had several spots where I had to tie it. The second sleeve got a little bit easier, and then by the time I got to the collar, I didn't have to tie on at all. Here is the success of the first ball of yarn that I actually unraveled from the first sleeve. It is all wound and sitting there on the sweater. This is what's left over from cutting the seams out and pulling out the strands that kept it held together, and also a few little snips and here and there of where I had cut too far and actually cut into the yarn. It wasn't a whole lot, and I didn't think that was too bad for my first time of trying. Here's my finished product after I had rolled the front, the back, the sleeves, and the collar into balls of yarn. Now as you look at my bag, the two balls on the right, which would be the largest balls, would be the front and the back. And on the left hand side, the ball in the middle would have been the collar. It is slightly smaller than the other two balls, which were the sleeves. Here's the tag that I cut out of the sweater. It's 55% rami, I think that's how you pronounce that, and 45% cotton. It was made in China. And on the reverse side, the care instructions, oh my goodness, that's backwards to me. Let's turn it right side up. There we go. Machine wash cold, gentle cycle wash separately with light colors, only non-chlorine bleach when needed. Now I purposely cut this tag out and I put it in the bag with my yarn so that I would know what kind of fibers I was working with when I figure out what I want to do with it. Now I did not know what that rami was, so we looked it up. According to Wikipedia, it's pronounced rami, and it is a flowering plant in the nettle family, which is native to Eastern Asia. It's an herbaceous perennial growing 1 to 2.5 meters, and the leaves are heart-shaped. So, and blah 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 blah. Anyway, it gives a. It says the white on the underside with the dense small hairs gives a slippery appearance, unlike stinging nettles. The hairs do not sting. The true rami or China grass is also called Chinese plant or white rami. And that's what the plant looks like. So this fiber was also weaved in with that cotton. Definitely not a fiber I've ever heard of or worked with before, but definitely interesting to know that the yarn that I recycled from the sweater is 100% natural fibers. And another thing I've found out with this is it's not spun. It's just a bunch of threads, like all stranded together. When I was counting them earlier, I believe I counted 12 different strands, and they're just all stranded together and made into one, piece of yarn, whatever you want to call it. It's completely new and different to me. Here's one of the balls. This would be one of the sleeves that I rolled up. As you can see, it's, still quite kinky from being knitted together. But if you can see here on the end, I'll try and spread it out a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. I can't get it to cooperate with me. Anyway, there we go. They're not spun or anything. It's just all different strands strung together there. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions on what I can do with this yarn, I'm not sure what I want to do with it. It was just an impromptu experiment that I decided to do. So leave me suggestions in the comment box below what you think I should do with the yarn, and I will think on it and check on Ravelry and see what I might want to do that's on there. In the meantime, I got my squishy package today from Darn Good Yarn. This isn't the Yarn of the Month Club. This is a package from my winning the contest from last month. So I will be showing that to you guys in a couple days. Probably be next week that I will put the video up because it's a weekend and I get busy on the weekends. So I will be doing a giveaway from that package, but I'm going to have at least 500 subscribers minimum before I will do the giveaway. So if you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe to it so that we can have the giveaway. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below on what you think I should do with my recycled sweater yarn from yesterday. And I will see you guys again on Monday for my yarn video, which I don't have a whole lot because I've been banning myself from doing any type of fiber arts until I get all the paperwork ready to go to the accountant. I'm getting real close. So Monday might be a little short video. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday.